Good evening, Slot family. Anthony Bateman Sr. from Anoto Raceway coming to you this evening for, I bought some of this material at Home Depot, this molding. And when I got it, it's like really flexible when it's really long, but short it isn't because I ended up snapping it. But what I want to do is, if I can get this over here, see, this material, this way it bends pretty good, but this way, you know. So what I want to do is take a heat gun, first cut it to length for the curve I want to do, and then I'm gonna first put the radius on a piece of wood of the curve, and then take a screw it down, and then put a screw in front and a screw in back. And then I got a heat gun that I tried looking for tonight. I can't find it in all this mess. And heat this plastic up and then bend it, because for the little bit of time it was in my truck, it kind of bent because I bent it like a loop to fit in my bed of my truck. So I'm figuring if I bend it, heat it up, bend it, and then keep putting screws down, one front, one in back, with the radius so it holds the radius. And then as I'm heating it, I just leave it there for, I don't know, maybe a couple days. So I'm hoping that I want to heat it up really good so this stuff, I don't know what this stuff is made out of. So it melts it somewhat, but keeps its form. It's kind of concaved. And I want to do maybe 2 or 3 of them and make my guardrails. And then epoxy it together. And then what I wanted to do is if somehow I could take my router and a dado cut in there, between, I'm thinking maybe take 3 of these and put it together, and epoxy it. And then also, I got some of this dowel. It's not dowel, but it's wood. It's kind of like, we'll say 3/8 of an inch, right? 3/8 of an inch by 3/8 of an inch square, right? And cut it, and then it's either that one or maybe this thicker one's more rigid. And then put it in the perimeter of my track, and then glue it and clamp it, and then take, if I can find some little screws, and drill a pilot hole, and then screw some screws in to hold it down and back. So that's what I'm thinking on the guardrail. This would be in back. So that's my plans, guys. I didn't see anybody do it yet. This stuff it's flexible, but I went a little too far and snapped it, and I wish I didn't do that now. This stuff costs like, I think it was $17 for, it's I don't know. We'll say it's like 15 feet. I could be wrong. Somewhere's around there. It's more than 10. I'll just say 15 feet. 15, we'll say 15 to 20 tops. And then I also bought some other wood for my bridge to go up on a track, so I ain't got to use a full sheet of, a full sheet of wood. I'm still in the thinking stage yet, but just so it'll be rigid, you know. Have one going across and one going, I don't know. I'll have to see. I bought a brad nailer, so I'll use some really good glue, and then, you know, still in the thinking stages, but I want to be able to do something. And so I kind of have to take more control of myself. Like I don't splurge too much, but I eat out. Eating out's expensive. Like I bought a hot sausage grinder, which that didn't agree with me today. I had that for breakfast, lunch, and that was like $17, and it was lousy. It was all soggy. So, and then last night or the night before, I bought a pizza. That was like almost $30. It was like $27, and then tonight I bought my girlfriend and I some Chinese food because I was invited over to my brother's, but I only stayed an hour. I didn't feel like hamburgers and hot dogs and all that stuff, and I wasn't hungry at the time. So I bought some. One of the dishes was healthy. It was shrimp with vegetables. I had like sliced carrots, celery, and pea pods. But the other thing wasn't healthy. Was Goldfingers, you know. I gotta stay away from that crap. I don't eat it all the time, but you know, when I think about it, I could have bought a pack of Curves with that, you know. I gotta just buckle down. You know, if I buckle down, then the sooner this will get together. But I really want some decent guardrails, so the cars don't fly off the track, you know. And then I still might make kind of like a netting thing. I don't know yet. I just want it to look halfway decent. And because the guardrails you buy, they're kind of flimsy. They work. They're better than nothing. But if I stack 3 of these together, I was even going to take a bullnose planer. I could plane it flat instead of router it. Plane it flat so I can attach. I got a wicked headache. So I can attach this to it. You know, so if I use a hand planer, I wouldn't have to do the whole thing. Just you know, close to. I have to see close to where these are gonna be. See, this is that. I gotta do this so it's flat. So this is set in. So, excuse me. I want to epoxy it, and if I can find some kind of little screws or something, to screw it together, because I think that's gonna give it strength. And this ain't gonna go nowhere, especially if it's shorter, you know. So that's what I want for my guardrails, and then paint them silver, like how it would be on the racetrack. Especially when I watch the F1 cars, it's like kind of concave like this, the guardrail, but I'll have 3 of them painted silver, and then screwed in, epoxied and screwed, and so. And I think too, I'm going to take the bullnose planer. Hopefully, this material let me do it. So I got to see what the angle is, but if I make that square so the pieces set down together instead of this kind of funky angle. You know, I want to try to make my own stuff too and give guys ideas too. But it's all in theory. I don't know if it's going to work yet. And I don't know what this material is. I'm hoping when I melt it a little bit, it won't be so toxic that I'm going to get sick from it. So, well, we'll find out. But I think, because I already had, it didn't have muscle memory. It kind of stayed to how it was bent in the truck. And it's still, and this stuff was straight when I bought it. I don't know if you could see it. Let me see. See if you guys can see. This stuff was straight. Now it's kind of curved. So if I could put 3 of them together, epoxy them, and then screw it to this. I should have bought more of this size. But I figure the other stuff won't go to waste because I'm sure I can use it on my train layout somewheres, or who knows, maybe even on the buildings, you know. But the most important thing now really for this set, I have to get the rest of the curves. I have to get those straights I told you guys last night. And then do the guard. Oh, those plastic pieces, they go connect to the curve for 1/24 scale so it's wide enough. I have to get all those, and then what's most important too, I have to get a hold of Jim Cunningham and get those those throttles, those controllers, and what longer wire, because that's kind of crazy. But I would like to, I want to tell them what I want to do, like put boxes in, like I was saying last night, 4 boxes on bench work, 4 on each side, so you could plug in, you know, the hand throttles instead of being all right, you know. I don't know if you can see it. So that's not really, let's see. Oh, can you see that? So much crap in the way. I don't know if you can. There's the hand throttle right there. It's lime green, and it's hooked up. And see how short it is. How are you going to have 4 grown men next to each other like that? That's bizarre. Okay. So I have the Carrera digital wireless. That stuff's all set. That's all. Just right now, I just have to do that, and then that's it. You know, bought the 2 tables together. I might add maybe a foot down at the other end. I don't know yet. So, but I might have to add scab a 2x4 all the way down because of I have to have enough room for that extra piece of track to make it for the 1/24 scale cars that fit on there good. And then I'm good. And then after that, it's just a little at a time doing the scenery. But right now, I don't really care too much about that. I want to race, you know. The scenery stuff, I have all winter to work on that, my whole life, you know. And another thing I have to do is I'm praying I get my Social Security, because then that'll give me extra money too. I'm going to go at Walmart and buy the TVs. So, I forget that. I have to start making notes because I can't remember that good. That racing thing there. Keeps track of the time and all that stuff. I can't. It's what Marty Ford has. I want to get that. I think that's pretty slick what he has. You know, and then go from there. But But I'm not going to make this video too long because I don't want it to be repetitious. But I figured I would share what I was talking about in one of my videos. This kind of mold, and I got it at Home Depot. But years ago, they had the same stuff, but it was really like plastic. It didn't have this, whatever that filler is in there. It looks kind of like I don't know. It actually looks like foam. Some kind of material like that. Where the other stuff was straight up plastic, and that was what I was hoping to get, because I was thinking maybe I can even use probably PVC stuff wouldn't work. It'd probably melt it. But I believe I could stick epoxy to this material. I'm hoping. We'll find out. You know, I just, you know what, it cost me, you know, if I just wasted $17. I think it was worth it. Because if it works, that's going to be pretty cool. And it'll be my own design, and I'm sharing it with you guys. If it works for my track, maybe one of you guys or gals will want to try it. You know. But it's going to be a early night tonight. After I leave you guys, I go upstairs and I watch videos, and I love the Three Stooges. Them guys are, those guys are crazy. They make me feel good. You know, they're just not zany like. Shimp's my favorite of the Three Stooges. I love them all, but Shimp is just, his facial expressions and that kind of stuff. I love old comedy stuff. The slapstick stuff is really cool, man. There ain't no swearing in it, nothing. It's just, they're just funny. You know. The other guy I liked, he was one of my favorites really, is John Candy. He was just, he didn't have to swear. You don't have to swear to be funny. He was natural. When he died, it made me sad, you know. Yeah, I loved John Candy. He is my favorite. I know another guy I like too is Dan Aykroyd. Man, you get them two guys together, it's just straight up funny. So, but I had a lot of nice comments, and I love and appreciate all you guys. You guys lift my spirit up, totally. There's a lot of times I'm thinking about, you know, my wife that passed, and then my parents, my friends, my cousins, my grandmother, my aunts and uncles. I miss those people so much. School teachers, you know. But today I have to say was an awesome day. And I started out reading the comments. And the last comment I got tonight was Toji. Thank you so much, bro. All you guys. All you guys. But that was the last one I got tonight. You know. But, like I said, I'm going to cut this short. It's almost 20 minutes. In my mind, I was just going to do 5 minutes. How am I going to do it in 5 minutes? You know, I try to keep it real, me and me. You know, just like I love all you guys. I think you guys are the real deal. You know. So anyway, Slot family, we'll see what happens. Lord willing, there will be a tomorrow, and hopefully, like Toji was saying to me, just do a little bits. I don't know if this is the exact words, but that's what he meant. And he's right. If I just come down and just do a little, even if it's just putting two pieces of track together, or figuring it out what I have to do, you know. But this end's pretty much set. That in there, you know, because I wanted a technical thing, not too crazy. I hope it ain't going to be too crazy. And another thing, I know I mentioned it before, and then I'll let you guys go. All the track I have, I want to try to use. I'm trying to use it all up, even the curves. I mean, if it looks nuts, I'm not going to do it, of course, but I don't want to have tracks sitting in a box. I mean, I got a whole set that my friend gave me, and I figure I'll use that for that global racing. I might try it down the road. I want to, hopefully it'll be on YouTube and I can see what it's about, or if my nephew's serious, I can give him that set, and I believe I have an extra wireless remote and an analog remote, and there's a guy on the internet. I have to start taking notes, because there's a guy, it was pretty slick what he did. I mean, he took the analog one and the digital one, and he mounted them both together like this, and he used toggle switches, and they weren't even expensive. I know guys like the Axle box and all that stuff, but this works the same, except you don't have a big clunky box on the side. Not saying it to be rude or anything. I shouldn't have probably said that. Clunky, a box on the side. Sorry about that. That wasn't cool. I didn't mean nothing by it. Just zipped in my head. Because when I actually seen that, and if I didn't have a 4-lane, to be honest with you, I would have, you know what, I'm not really good with electronic stuff, but I have friends who are. I would have paid them to copy what that guy did, because it's just what 2 pieces of track and two toggle switches, and it might have been some circuits maybe. I'm not really sure on that. Don't hold me to that. But I have to research and find that, and then give you guys what I seen. I thought it was pretty slick. But when I'm down here talking to you guys, I love it down here, even more so. Because I know you guys are interested in my stuff, like I'm interested in your guys' stuff. Usually I have to scan around, but I don't, I'm giving it a break. I'm praying. When I was working on the floor, usually on Sundays, it would be pretty quiet, And then there might be the Sundays when you might have a full arrest. Not too much craziness, It was always like during a week or Friday, Saturday night. I'm talking about the fight when I was firefighting. I worked 24-hour shifts. That's what we worked. 2 was 24 hours, get a day off, 24 hours, and then you get 5 days off. And in between those days off, I worked my other jobs. But right now, I'm really retired now. I miss making that extra loot, but my body, I can't hold my water. Not that long. So, but anyways, family, my beautiful Slot Car family, I hope you guys enjoy your night. I hope that today was like awesome Labor Day weekend. I know mine was. Even though I didn't, my brother had all kinds of food. I just didn't want none. I had probably like 3 hours prior, I had a hot sausage grinder that didn't agree with me. And that was like $17 with the taxes. That's just outrageous. And it wasn't all that. It was all soggy. I think what made it soggy was the onions and peppers. When they didn't block the water off, they put it on a roll. And the sauce, it wasn't thick, nice tomato sauce. You know what? And then I'm gonna go because I'll keep flapping my jaw. The best hot sausage grinder I ever had was when my first wife and I went to Canada on the Canadian side, because I wanted to see the Horseshoe Falls. That was beautiful, man. That was like it's one of the wonders of the world. But anyways, I had hot sausage grinder up there. The roll was delicious, not soggy. It's like so much flavor, and the sauce was really nice and thick. It wasn't like tasting like from a can, you know. So a lot of these places do. They just take stuff right from the can. Even when they make pizzas now, they don't make the sauce up. They do, but it's cold. You know, so a lot of, you can taste, it's not like you cook the sauce first, but. So that's what I had. So I wasn't hungry by the time I went to my brother's, but all the family and friends, it was nice to see. But an hour, I was actually falling asleep. Before that, I watched this show. It's called the Girl with the Dogs. She's actually from Canada, and she's on YouTube, and she's a groomer, and she grooms for free, but she makes her money on YouTube, and she's sweet. Actually, if you guys want to see something cool, it's called Girl with the Dogs. It might be Girl with the Dogs too. She's a groomer. She's a little tiny little thing. And if you scroll down, she has her picture of her and her grandmother. So her grandparents have a show too. That's just awesome. That's where her brother's filming it. And she makes all Italian food, which is my favorite food. And one of my favorite foods. It's actually, yeah, it's, I love that stuff. But anyways, she shows you how she does stuff. And her grandfather's an artist. He makes wax figurines that look just like the people. You got to see this. But anyways, I'll keep talking, so, you know, I kind of veer off the slot car a little bit. But I wish you guys a great night, and Lord willing, I'll be around tomorrow. Be good to one another, love one another, and be safe. Peace out.